Hello, my Leo friends. How are y'all doing today? I hope super great. Let me know in the comments. All right, and while I start pulling cards, I'll just do a couple little disclaimers here. You know, this is for the general Leo collective. So if you think about how many that includes, even just with the sun signs, it's not going to resonate with everyone, right? And that's totally okay. If I'm not your cup of tea, move on. If it's just this message, maybe look for another one from me. I often feel that you'll just be guided towards what you need to be guided toward. So maybe you were guided towards this message so that you could see whatever the 5th video down is in the suggested videos, right? I don't know. It might sound kind of silly, but I often find a lot of things that I need to see that way, right? Or hear. So take that as you will. The other thing is time is fluid. So I'm not putting any dates on these. You know, you're going to be guided to them when you're ready to hear them, okay? Or when you need to hear them. However you'd like to see that. So keep that in mind. I mean, you might hear this today and it could resonate a lot more in 3 months, right? Who knows? And I'm just the messenger, so I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here, you know, basically I'm here just to be the messenger. I get messages and I give them to you. And you can do with them as you will, okay? Ultimately, this is just a reading on potential energy, right? So whether it's past, future, present, I can't tell you that. All I can tell you is what they're giving me, and that's really just messages. So take what you will, okay? All right, let's dive in. We got 5 cards out. This first deck, I just used a regular set of playing cards. I'm waiting for my tarot deck to come in, so we're going with what we got for now, okay? The first card out is the 8 of Pentacles upright. So that's a pretty nice card, right? Like, especially in the upright, it's like you're starting to see all of your hard work pay off. And for some of you, that's literally, like, maybe you were just given some kind of bonus, I'm hearing, or a raise. I know that, you know, this time of year, a lot of people did just get done with their annual raises or, you know, their fiscal year bonuses, things like that. So that could be a possibility. But I'm feeling like it's not just like a one-time deal like those are. For a lot of you, it's more that you've been working really hard on something and you're starting to see the payoff, okay? Like for a long time. So maybe you're looking at a new promotion. Maybe you're looking at, you know, your dream home that just kind of fell into your lap. You know, maybe I'm hearing manifestation. So maybe it's something that you've been working really hard at manifesting. It's not even just that you are, you know, physically working towards that, but you've been like energetically working towards it. And what I'm seeing is it's coming out into reality, okay? You are actively manifesting and it's starting to show. Okay, you're not quite there yet. You're not at like the 9 or 10, but what this card always tells me is like, keep going. You're on the right path. You have done everything that you need to do. So keep doing those things and the full payout will be there. Okay. The 5 of Pentacles popped out sideways, and I keep it that way because that means that a good part of the people that will watch this will need it in the reverse, and a good part of you will need it in the upright, okay? So 5 of Pentacles is like getting to work, you know, really getting that nitty-gritty. And I do feel a certain amount of past energy with this in that you have already put in a lot of work. But again, this 8 of Pentacles is telling you don't stop doing the work, okay? So So this is kind of just a reinforcement of like, yeah, keep that hustle going. You know, you're doing a great job. So in the upright, like, do that work, dive in. And in the reverse, it's more like you have not been putting the work in. Okay. So you're seeing this Eight of Pentacles, and maybe it is just a manifestation part of it where you've been putting a whole ton of energy into it, but you are lacking that action. Okay. And that action is what's keeping you at the 8 and not pushing you towards that full completion of the cycle. Okay. That full, the full manifestation of it. Okay. So either way, whether you want to read it in the reverse or in the upright, what both of these cards are telling me is put in that work. Whether you have been putting in the work already or not, put in the work, because you're almost there. Okay. All right. Next one here is the Six of Swords, and that is in the reverse. Okay. The word that just popped into my head is betrayal. So I don't know, that's just going to be for some of you. Swords often signify a lot of pain, and especially in the reverse, it's almost like you're ignoring. And I don't even feel like this is a traditional tarot read. It's just a message that I'm getting for you guys. That's kind of related though. I mean, it's that you are or have been betrayed. You are being betrayed. For very few of you, you are the one betraying someone. But the other part of this is that, you know, if you're the one being betrayed, you're pushing it down. You're not seeing the situation for what it is, and you're not really allowing that pain to be what it's supposed to be. You're suppressing it. Or, you know, if it is another person that you are betraying, it's like they're turning a blind eye, or you're turning a blind eye, right? So that's just something you need to work on. That's not something I'm going to dive into, but if you're the betrayer, stop it. Okay? Be straight up with that person and just be honest. And if you're the one being betrayed, it's more of a message of like, open your eyes, okay? This is happening right in front of you. And you're choosing not to see it, or you're choosing to put a positive light on it, when really, like, you need to see it in the light of day, okay? Don't put rose-colored glasses on with this. See it in its full light and accept what it's trying to teach you, okay? All right, let's move on. We have the Four of Wands out. I was just getting sucked back into that last card. Okay. Four of Wands, though. The Four of Wands, I'm getting kind of mixed messages here. Even though it came out in the upright, okay? I don't know why. But, so the Four of Wands, you know, a lot of readers see that as like 1111. It's, you know, maybe you have been seeing a lot of synchronicities. Maybe you have a relationship that's going really well. It's like it has a really strong foundation, very strong love and connection between you. That's just going to be for some of you, right? I'm feeling though that there's a real heaviness between these two cards. Okay? So yes, the person that you're connecting with, the person that you are, maybe you're sharing your life with them already, maybe, I don't know. But there's someone that you are very connected with, like at a soul level. But there is that betrayal, okay? So, again, take those rose-colored glasses off and see what's going on. This is a true connection, okay? Four of Wands, I mean, it's generally a very beautiful card, but there's something going on here that you need to set right, okay? And it's going to take a lot of communication, a lot of, I mean, tough work, okay? But this card, I guess, what I'm seeing is this card is telling you it's worth it, okay? So, if you choose to do that work, it's worth it. It will pay off. in that relationship. Last card is the Five of Cups. So from these last three cards, I am getting a very romantic feel from it. And cups doesn't always have to be, so this might just be for some of you. But, it's like this is a signifier that, yes, there is a lot of work to be done on this relationship. And it's not just in the together part of you, the us part of the relationship. It's also that each of you individually have a lot of work to do in your emotional space. Okay? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to explain that because it broadens it down from the general, and I do want to keep this general because there are so many storylines here that could apply, and I don't want to single it out. I don't feel like it's that important to single it out right now. But know that this romantic relationship that you either have gotten into or are getting into, it's very worth it, okay? But there's a lot of work to be done, both individually and together, okay? So be prepared for that, or don't. If that's not what you want to be doing, if you don't feel like you're ready for that, know that, okay? And act accordingly. That's all. All right. So the first part of the read is really just about setting the foundation, talking about maybe where you're at or where you're headed, and getting some intuitive guidance, if they give it to me, right? This second part is what I feel, it's more like you're being guided, okay? Specifically by like angels and, the divine, however you want to look at it, whatever you believe, take it how you will, right? But I see it more as specific guidance to hopefully help your situation, okay? So this first card that came out is the 10 of Raphael. And Raphael is, it correlates with cups in the normal tarot decks, okay? So we've been talking about relationship, and of course, the first card of guidance has to do with relationships. So the card itself says, love and blessings fill your life. Harmonious relationships with family members. Happily ever after. I do feel that happily ever after is available to you. Okay, again, this is all potential energy, right? You create your future. So if you want this, it's here. It's here. You just have to embrace it. Regardless, though, whether you do embrace this particular relationship, I do feel like your social life is pretty abundant. Like, you do generally have, you are generally surrounded by very loving people, whether that's in your family or in your friends or whatever, right? But I feel like you are very surrounded by loving energy. So that's really nice. Don't lose sight of that. Be very grateful for that because not everyone gets that, okay? Second card out is Ace of Michael. Michael correlates with the swords in the regular tarot decks. This card says, a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. Yeah, communication problems is the main focus that I'm drawn to in this card. Again, it's coming back to that betrayal. I don't know what's going on, but there is communication needed in that area. And even with, the Four of Wands and the Five of Cups that we saw earlier, yeah, there's a lot to be done. A lot of communication. So, again, just be open to it. Be receptive to it, too. Whatever. Take that as you will. Third card out in this part of the draw is Knight of Ariel. So as a person, the Knight of Ariel is trustworthy, understanding, devoted, and funny. Now, I'm getting kind of a 50-50 feel on this, whether it's you or the person that you are vibing with romantically. I am specifically getting that romance again, okay? So, listen to what it has to say and absorb it, and you figure out for yourself if this applies to you or the person that you're vibing with, okay? The card itself says, there is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan. Being watched over by someone kind. Yeah. So maybe this person that you've been connecting with has been watching over you, right? Or maybe it is that circle of friends that I've been talking about that, um, there's a fierce love between you guys, whether it's friends or family, it doesn't really matter. Um, but they're watching over you, okay? They're watching you. I don't even want to call this a struggle because it's not, I don't feel like you've really been struggling super hard. It's just, they've seen, maybe you've just been a little more withdrawn or something like that, and they've noticed, and they're watching over you, and they're there for you. Um, yeah, but it is saying that there's a lot to accomplish, and we already touched on that, right? There is a lot to do. There's a lot of work on yourself that needs to be done, even if you choose not to go through with this relationship. Um, there's a lot of work that can be done on yourself, and that will help you in the long run, okay? So it talks about making a very detailed plan, and with that kind of work, that can be very difficult. But, maybe you can just start with something small and see where that leads you, okay? It can be such a daunting task, but don't let that hold you back. That's all. Okay, so this third part, holy cannoli, that like flew out. And it's 2. I'm going to take it because I feel like, again, maybe there's a significant amount of people that need one card and then a significant amount of people that need the other card. Or maybe you'll find both helpful. I don't know. But this third part, the first part was setting the foundation. The second part was getting that guidance from the spiritual realm, I'll call it. And the third part is really gaining a focus. And that's why, I really do, I don't want to say like choose a card, because maybe you will find both helpful, or maybe, one will help you this week and the other one will help you next week. I don't know. But it really is to give you a focus of how to communicate with the universe about where you want to go. Okay? And kind of to refocus yourself as well. If you find yourself needing a little tap or a little reminder of what you're trying to do and how you're trying to do it, right? So let's take a look at what these cards say. The first one says, "Dear universe, make me a magical magnet for prosperity today. So be it, so it is." Yes. And I always like to hold it up in case you want to pause it. I don't know why I'm so shaky today. I've always been pretty shaky, but in case you want to pause it and, whatever, however you might need to use it. The second card says, "Dear universe, may I receive deep and profound healing of any pain that is within my body. So be it, so it is." So something really beautiful that I'm seeing in this is they talk about healing within your body. It's not just physical healing, right? We also have emotional healing, mental healing, healing of past situations. Sometimes, depending on what you believe, healing of past lives, right? Healing on a spiritual level. Those things are really hard that not a lot of people do, but I'm feeling that for you. Especially, I talked about individual work that you're going to have to do within your emotions. That's the healing, okay? So again, I'll hold that up here. I love these cards. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that it was helpful. Please do like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to join me for some future lives. I'd love to have you. And yeah, thanks so much for being here. Love and light to you all.